Hello, everyone. My name is Lee. I am an intuitive guide and a light worker. Welcome to my channel. It is such an honor to have your presence here. I want to talk a little bit about emotions today. I'm going to start by sharing a story that someone shared with me recently. The story goes that her neighbor, they live in a townhouse, which of course are connected, and they have adjoining driveways. And between the two driveways, there's a strip of land that's maybe 18 inches wide. And my friend wanted to plant something there, something that would be soft to walk on. Right now, there were rocks there, and she didn't like that. So she wanted to plant something soft to walk on, and maybe at the very end, put some little colorful flowers or something like that. So she asked her neighbor how she felt about this, and the neighbor put her down immediately. No, I don't want to do it. That's a stupid idea. Conversation over. Needless to say, my friend was pretty upset. But at the end of her telling me this story, she started to judge herself. I shouldn't have asked her. I shouldn't have even brought it up. I shouldn't even feel this way. It's really dumb. So we explored that because you see, there's nothing wrong with emotions. And emotions aren't good or bad, they just are. Gary Zukav reminds us that emotions arise as a message from the soul. Generally speaking, they're just a way, a door, if you will, to emotional healing. So the first step in the process of healing emotions is to become aware of them, and to do your best to try not to judge them. But if you do, don't judge yourself for judging them. Just be with that judgment. And if you can just keep meeting the emotions as they are and your judgments of the emotions, pretty soon you start to calm a little bit. And this is your nervous system relaxing. And when that happens, you think clearer, you make better decisions for yourself. I have a really strong preference to journaling these kinds of things. And what I suggest is that when you have an emotion that feels uncomfortable, as many of them do, to get your journal out and write the entire story. In this case, my friend wrote out the whole story of her neighbor. Her neighbor's quite a curmudgeon. I've met her before, and she, generally speaking, is a very negative person that doesn't have a lot of kind words to say about anything or anybody. So my friend wrote out her story, and she called her neighbor names and did all of that kind of stuff to get the emotion to the surface. And then she left it be. Then you come back to that and you reread it and you ask yourself, what's really going on? And you ask yourself that from a place of, these emotions are okay, and my judgment of the emotions is okay. And then you say, what's really going on? And you let your voice, your inner voice, your soul, your higher self tell you. Oh, the stories that you will hear, and they're marvelous and they're wonderful. And just keep journaling it. And pretty soon, at some point, if you continue to do that, whatever that conditioning was, or that story that prompted the deep emotion, will fade to the background. It's kind of like peeling layers off of an onion, if you will. You know how thin onion skin is, and you peel it off and there's more and more and more. And frankly, that's how it is with our emotions. It is possible for you, for me, for all of us to come to emotional freedom. And by that, I mean that we are not slaves to our emotions, but rather we acknowledge when something arises. That is uncomfortable. That made me angry. That hurts. My feelings are hurt. And from there, we go, okay, can I be okay with the fact that this emotion arose and it hurts. And from there, you go, okay, it hurts. I get that. I'm going to allow that. And then, it stops hurting for even a little while. So be tender with yourself. Don't dive into the deepest, darkest part immediately if you're not used to doing this level of emotional work. It doesn't have to be hard or harsh. Be tender with yourself. Take tiny baby steps and rest in between. Okay? That's all for today. I will have more perhaps next week, but for now, that's it. Again, I am deeply honored that you've taken the time to listen to this. Please have a blessed day and namaste.